Hey, good afternoon. Russell of Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Maybe you don't. I don't know, but I'm about to show you. So anyway, I'm Russell of Hotels. Russell of Hotels, right? So today is Friday. I do a daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So happy Friday to everybody. Yeah, I'm back in town. I did a daily check-in yesterday too. So in fact, if you didn't check it out, go back and check it out. I actually had a guest on. Miss Tiffany English. We both attended the SMU conference, which is put on by North Star Meetings and Events. If you didn't check that one out yesterday, please go to, well, actually stay on the same platform, YouTube and LinkedIn, and check it out, right? Because I thought it was kind of fire. So, anyway, check it out. We talked about the conference in some great detail, right? And, we gave our opinions on certain things and what we thought was good, what we thought worked, what we thought was just awesome, just fire, all that stuff. But it was all good overall. It was all good, and pay attention to what I said regarding how the international destinations and hotels they bring it. Okay, and you'll see what I mean if you listen to the or watch the that episode, which was yesterday. That was a daily check-in. If you check it out, you'll know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I don't want to spoil it for everybody, right? There's some people that they like suspense, right? And they just want to, oh, well, don't tell me too much. I'll hear for myself. So anyway, let me just make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. I see my comments are open. So if you're on YouTube, feel free to make comments. LinkedIn, my Ecamm Live is not, I guess it's not, it's compatible with LinkedIn, meaning I can broadcast to the LinkedIn platform, but you're not allowed to, I don't say not allowed to, but well, I guess you're not. You can't make comments. That's the crazy thing. You can't make comments and they show on my screen. I don't know why that is, but that's something between LinkedIn and Ecamm Live. It has nothing to do with me, okay? Because I want your comments, right? I'm all about interactive and all that kind of stuff, right? So, but if you go to YouTube, so people on LinkedIn, if you want to go to YouTube and make a comment, please do so. I mean, just go to YouTube, my channel on YouTube, like and subscribe, Russell of Hotels, and you can make your comments there. Real time, make your comments. I'll put them on the screen, and we go from there. Okay, so anyway, hope you guys are doing well. I think I said that already. So I just came back from the SMU conference, like I mentioned, and these photos today, because everyone knows that I always kind of showcase a hotel. Well, I forgot to load my other photos in here, so the only photos I'm showing are this ballroom here, right? Which is a great ballroom, it had a lot of space. I want to say we had 450 people, so it was more than enough room for the 450 people, and then it was separated. The front half was like rounds for, I guess, maybe half rounds of 6 people just for lunch, for breakfast and lunch. And then in the back, these are the tables that are for the appointments. So well, at least I don't know what everyone else had. I had 26 appointments over 2 days, and it was good. Just the quality of people, quality of destinations, and like I said, you'll hear if you listen to my daily check-in yesterday, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Just the quality was. This is my first time. The quality was unmatched. Let me finish that thought. The quality was just unmatched, and I appreciate everyone that came, everyone that I met with, and they brought it, right? They brought the excitement, the enthusiasm. They want our business, right? That's the thing. They want our business. They'll do anything to get it, and they're showcasing it like it's the last thing they're going to showcase ever in their life. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. It's all about the excitement and the enthusiasm of salespeople selling the features and benefits of their destination or their hotels or their DMC. And I just loved it. So anyway, as you can tell, I'm getting kind of worked up about it because I'm just excited about it right now. I just want to just talk about it. But anyway, I talked about it enough. So anyway, I always have a topic well, for the most part, I have a topic when I do these daily check-ins. Well, today I do have a topic, and it's on everybody's mind. Everybody well, a lot of people know about this, especially if you travel a lot and you take a lot of airlines. You know about Southwest Airlines and what the heck is going on over there. Who is driving the ship over there? Who's flying the plane? I don't know, but obviously, anyway, you know what? You make your own assumptions. I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that I don't like what's going on over there. I think it's crazy. I think they're gonna lose some stuff. Um, but you know what? People get greedy. Greed sometimes overrules. People. The people that are in charge or whatever. So Southwest Airlines, potential fallout. What's the potential fallout that could happen because they're changing their model? For years, that's their brand. That's their brand. That's their thing, right? That bags fly free. Now all of a sudden, excuse me. Now all of a sudden, you got to pay for the bags. They don't fly free anymore. You got to pay, $45 and what? I heard $35 for the first bag, $45 for the second bag. Now just remember, two bags used to fly free. Okay, so if you had families and all that, you got two bags each. They all were for free, which means they had the lion's share of business. Well, and they, open up new routes because of all that. Just think about all the things that happened because of this airline that you didn't have to pay for bags, right? So all these other routes opened up for them. I mean, they fly to Hawaii. Okay, they fly to a lot of the Mexico destinations. I think they fly in the Caribbean as well, right? So they fly damn near all over the world now, right? Or at least certain regions outside of the United States. They weren't doing that before because it became a popular airline because of that. That was their hook. That was their thing, right? That was their marketing campaign for years. I've been flying Southwest Airlines, and I still have. Let me see. You know what? I forgot about this, and I wasn't gonna even bring this up, but let me see if I still have it in here. You guys, this is gonna blow people away right here. I mean, when I say that I am a fan, I was a fan of Southwest Airlines. Let me show you. Wait a minute. And I didn't have this queued up before. Okay, just hold on one second. Let me show. Okay, this is my original. Can you see that? My original Southwest Airlines card. Okay, from as you can see, the date. Let me see. I ain't trying to show because somebody may want to use my points and all that stuff. Just look at that right there. It says 1295. It says member since 1295. Okay. That's how long I've been a member of Southwest Airlines. So they've been doing, as far as I remember, they've been doing this forever, right? For a long time, right? So, and then for them to get rid of that, I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to go to Delta now, okay? That's what's holding me back from Delta, the flying every taking all my flights with Delta. I mean, I used to, even though if someone else is paying for the airline ticket, I would request that I fly Southwest Airlines because that's how much I love the airline, okay? So, because, I mean, I've flown with my family in the past before and all this stuff. And then now all of a sudden, they've gotten rid of the bags fly free. Well, it's up until the 28th of May. Okay. So just so you know, 28th of May, that's a Wednesday. Okay. So that's going to be the last day. I think that's when the new thing starts. Right. So get your airlines in now, get your flights in now because Southwest Airlines is going to change. They're not going to have the, ABC. I don't know if that's going to be working anymore. There's going to be preferred seating. Now you're going to have a seat instead of, A's get in first and then B's and C's. No, it's going to be just like any other airline. So what's the difference? It's just going to be like any other airline. As you can tell, I'm kind of frazzled about this thing, right? But anyway, let's move on. Let me get into what I'm going to say about Southwest Airlines. So, if Southwest Airlines changes its motto, particularly by eliminating its signature bags fly free policy, it can have significant implications for its brand identity, competitive positioning. I can't even speak. I'm so ticked off. Customer loyalty and financial performance. Here's a breakdown of the potential impact. And I was supposed to put this stuff down, and I don't know why I didn't do it. Loss of competitive differentiation. Okay, Southwest Airlines has stood out from competitors by offering no check baggage fees for 2 bags, no change fees, meaning you can change and not be charged, right? And a simple, fair structure. Just simple, right? If they remove bags fly free, they risk becoming just another airline in the eyes of travelers, reducing their unique selling proposition. The impact: this could make budget conscious travelers reconsider Southwest in favor of ultra low carriers like Spirit. Well, I ain't flying Spirit, but you can, that would be the option, right? Spirit, Frontier, or some international competitors that may be, they may come in the market now because of Southwest Airlines acting crazy. Maybe some other airlines will start offering that, right? You never know. You never know. But it worked for them. I'm sure they still made money. I mean, they still had to make. They've been doing this for years. They still made money, but sometimes greed, runs into it. And I understand new ownership took over and more investors and business savvy people, and some people they can care less about ruining the reputation or ruining well, in this case, an airline. So we're gonna see. It's kind of a, well, let's wait and see kind of thing what's gonna happen, but it don't look good. Okay, let me just say that it don't look good. Number two, customer backlash and loyalty decline. Southwest has built strong brand loyalty by offering transparent pricing and customer friendly policies. Passengers who have relied on the baggage perk for years may feel betrayed, leading to a potential decline in Southwest Rapid Rewards members, negative PR, and social media criticism. Oh, open the floodgates. Social media is going to have a field day on this. I already know, right? I'm not sure if it has happened already because I haven't been looking at it at this point, but believe me, it's coming. Travelers switching to airlines like Delta or American, I'm going to Delta, where they can use credit card perks for free bags. Yeah, that's what I do anyway. So, or credit card perks or your points, right? So I use points anyway on Delta to pay for my $35 bag. So if I have to pay, I'm going with another airline. I'm not going with Southwest Airlines anymore. And you guys know I've always said Southwest Airlines is my favorite airline because they've been since 2000. What was that again? What was that? 19? No, it was 1996, right? So or whatever. I can't remember what it was. But I'm just so ticked off about it. I can't even remember. But it's I've been flying them over 30 years. You know what I mean? So, but man, it just ticks me off. Impact: a drop in customer satisfaction and trust could weaken brand equity. If nobody wants to, no one's gonna trust them anymore. Like, for years you did this, and now all of a sudden, you kind of pulled the rug under our feet, right? That's what people think. That's how people feel right now. Number three, short-term revenue gain, long-term risk. Charging for check bags could bring an immediate revenue boost as baggage fees generate billions for other airlines. However, it could reduce overall demand, especially among leisure travelers and families. Business travelers may not mind baggage fees, but already have loyalty to major carriers, i.e. Delta, United, and American. Competitors may match or counteract the move, negating any long-term financial advantage. Impact: while short-term revenue may increase, passenger volume and loyalty erosion could lead to long-term revenue loss. So I'm sure they thought about all that stuff. I'm sure this wasn't a knee-jerk reaction. Hopefully they thought about all that stuff, but people remember this stuff, right? People, like I said, if you've been flying them for years and all of a sudden they basically pulled the rug from under your feet, and now you got to pay 35 for the first bag, 45 for the next. Now that's just what I heard. Now I'm not sure if that's actual what they're gonna charge, but like I said, we'll have to wait and see. But I think it is what it is, like they say. But we always have choices. I always remember over the loudspeaker when you're flying Southwest Airlines, we know you have a choice in airlines and we appreciate you choosing Southwest Airlines, something to that effect. Well, they can't say that anymore. Okay. We have a choice. People have a choice and they're not going to choose. A lot of people are not going to choose Southwest Airlines anymore because take away the bags fly free. And I'm not, and I hate to say this, but I don't want them to be Spirit Airlines. I don't want Southwest Airlines to become a Spirit because I don't fly Spirit. I've never flown Spirit. I will never fly Spirit. So take that away, Southwest Airlines. And like I said, if Delta flies everywhere that you fly, that's where I'll be. Okay. So Delta, you're going to be my favorite airline moving forward. After, well, wait, back up. After May 28th, 2025. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is something else. Number 4, did I read this one already? Potential for a fare structure and business model shift. Southwest has historically operated with a point-to-point network, no assigned seating, and a simplified fare system. Changing one major policy, baggage fees, could indicate a shift toward an a la carte pricing model, like Spirit Airlines and Frontier do that already, meaning you're paying for everything. I mean, you pay for your ticket anyway, but like the bags you got to pay for. If you want a snack, you got to pay for that. What's the other stuff? Different seating, certain seatings, you got to pay for it. So a shift towards a la carte pricing, more aggressive cost-cutting strategies to offset rising fuel prices and operational costs. Impact. The shift could alienate long-term Southwest travelers, i.e. me, who appreciate the airline's simple and transparent pricing. Number 5, opportunity for competitors to capture Southwest market share. If Southwest loses its loyal customer base, airlines like Alaska, Delta, JetBlue, in fact, Alaska still allows to check your first bag for free. I didn't know that. Well, with certain credit cards, depending on what credit card you use, you can check your bags for free. So look into that if you fly Alaska Airlines. Delta, which offers premium service and strong loyalty perks. Yeah, and I can use my points on there if I need to pay for a bag, so that's not a problem. I'm good with that. And JetBlue, which provides more leg room and in-flight entertainment. Yeah, if you got all that, why I need to fly Southwest? Whew, man. Impact. Southwest may lose market share to competitors who maintain more customer-friendly policies. And I heard another thing, right? So remember, if you already bought a ticket with Southwest Airlines, and for whatever reason you had to cancel or postpone it, you would get a credit for that on a later flight. Now, a later date. I've done that for years, right? They're not going to accept that anymore. That won't be accepted anymore. From what I understand, that's gone. That will be gone after May 28th. So look on the fine print when it comes to that. So once you buy it, that's it. It's a guaranteed seat on that flight, and if you don't take it, you lose it. Okay, you can no longer get credit for it for a later flight. That's jacked up. Okay, so anyway, if that's how they want to do it, that's how they want to do it. Final thought. Is Southwest Airlines making a strategic mistake? I mean, this is a question for everyone out there. Are they making a strategic mistake? If Southwest Airlines eliminates bags fly free, it risks losing a key brand advantage, alienating loyal customers, blending into a crowded airline industry with no clear differentiation. I mean, just like everybody else, the airline must weigh short-term revenue gains against long-term brand equity and customer loyalty. If they proceed, a clear communication strategy will be essential to prevent negative backlash. There will be backlash. It's just, especially now, the days of social media, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to tell you just a real quick story why Southwest Airlines was one of my favorite was the favorite airline. Years ago, when I first started flying, back in the 90s, I guess it was 95, I guess, I remember flying to Sacramento. Every month I would go to Sacramento. A lot of salespeople, hotel salespeople, would go there for SGMP and Cal SAE, right? Because our hotel did a lot of government business and some association business, right? So every month I would be in Sacramento. It was always the first Thursday of the month, right? So I'd always be in Sacramento. And I remember coming back, and it was foggy. Sacramento gets that Thule fog. That's what it's called, Thule. It comes up from the Thules, right? Well, it's the thickest fog you could ever imagine. It's one of the worst places for fog. Sacramento, California. Okay, so and the planes were, everything was grounded. It was, fogged out. Whatever, however you want to call it. The planes were grounded, and I just remember their policy for trying to get on the next plane or whatever. I remember this guy. He's the guy that's in charge of that particular gate. Put your name on this list. For the next flight, and whoever is kind of a first come first serve thing, right? So once you get up there, you had to put your name on there, and I went off this list. I put my name, and I was probably in the top 10. Okay, well, the guy went off another list. He disregarded that list and went off of another list. Well, I saw what he was doing. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So of course I'm upset. I'm ticked off at this point. And he said, well, there's nothing I can do. I said, well, you said you sit here and announce that you were going to go off of this list. That's why my name is on the list. That's why everyone's name is on this list. Well, basically him saying, well, I'm in charge. I'm going to do it how I want to do it. Huh? Okay. All right. Fine. So anyway, I ended up having to stay another night. Okay. I had to get a hotel room. The airline did not pay for it. Okay, that's fine. I got his name, the supervisor's name with Southwest Airlines. Got his name. Of course, I had all my receipts. I had to stay the night at a hotel. It was transportation costs, as well as I had to eat, and as well as, the hotel room. So I wrote a nice letter. Mr. Herb Kelleher, who was the co-founder or founder of Southwest Airlines back then, he has since passed away. I sent him this long letter, basically highlighting all the things that this gentleman, this so-called supervisor, did, and made me miss my flight, because the flights did go out that night. It's just that I didn't get picked, or anyone on that list got picked to go out. She chose a totally different list. I'm like, this is stupid. Anyway, make a longer story short, I sent this thing to Herb Kelleher, CEO. Within 2 weeks, I got a letter back from them with a check for, I want to say it's like $700. Not a credit, it was a check from Southwest Airlines for $700. Now, mind you, back then, the flight, round trip airfare from from Los Angeles to Sacramento was probably maybe $200. I don't even know if it was $200. And then my hotel room was maybe under $90, something like that. And I don't eat that much. So, but that wasn't the whole thing, right? So I was just happy, right, for that. And from that point on, they had a loyal customer since 1995 because of how they handled my situation. It was no questions asked. It was just basically, I had a complaint. I mean, I'm sure they had to do their research and see exactly that this happened on this day. I had dates, I had times, I had flight numbers, I had all those things lined up or in order on this letter, right? And this was before email and all that. So I had to handwrite this stuff, okay? So that's what we did back then. We had to handwrite things and send them through the mail, right? I had to get the address, all that stuff, right? But yeah, so from that day on, when Herb Kelleher, CEO of Southwest Airlines, sent me that letter along with that check for $700, I have been a loyal customer for life, I thought, right? So that's the stuff that gets me, customer service, not just from the people that the flight attendants, maybe the pilot when you see them, or the customer service agents that are there checking you in and all that. But it was from top down. It was from the CEO down to the maintenance person. And that's what I appreciate of Southwest Airlines. And yeah, of course, you throw in, the perks of 2 bags fly free, and and the A, B, and C, the seating. If you're there early, you're guaranteed you're gonna get the seat that you want, and that's normally how it works. I've never been. If I ever got a C, I would change the flight. I'm not sitting in the middle for anybody. Okay, I'm not doing that. All right. So I was always there, A or B. Even if you're like B, damn near 60, you're guaranteed that you're gonna sit in an aisle or a window seat. I'm never sitting in the middle seat. That's not happening. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share that story with you. But no, I appreciate Southwest Airlines for what they did in the past. I don't appreciate what they're doing now. And if I have to jump ship and go to another airline like Delta, I will. Okay, so that's my story about Southwest Airlines. Thank you guys so much for listening to that. Boom. Next, the blog. Okay, so anything I talk about on this the daily check-in or on air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about, will be on my blog. So after this, I will put the topic. What is it? Southwest Airlines. What's going to happen at this point. I will put that on my blog. So just go to Russell of Hotels. In fact, let me show you something. Can I do this? Let's see. Will it do it? Okay, yeah. Okay. I always tell people what to do, right? So you go to my website. So that's the website, right? Russell of Hotels website. So russellofhotels.com. Go to website. You see where it says blog right there? Just click the blog, and then that's what takes you to the blog. Okay, and then that's where it is. So that's me right there. So that's my website. russellofhotels.com. It's down there at the bottom. Just hit the blog section, which is right there. Bing, and then that will take you to whatever I talked about today. The topic will be there. Okay. So dang, I just did that on the fly too. Paula C. So, okay, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, just like this. I do a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels. It's that live hospitality talk show. In fact, I think this will be show number 290. Countdown to 300. Paula C is going to be a guest on the show. She's going to come. Paula C is with Cloudbeds. She's going to come on and talk about some new programs with Cloudbeds. She's been on here before. I think this will probably be the third time Paula C has been on here. We love Paula C. So we welcome Paula C to come back on and talk about what's new with her, what's new with Cloudbeds, and all that kind of stuff. So she's going to be my guest. In fact, I have other guests coming up too, but Paula C is the guest that we're talking about for Tuesday. So I'll be putting out promotional stuff regarding Paula C being a guest with us on Tuesday, 1 o'clock. So just make sure you guys tune in for that. And more to follow. More to come. So anyway, this is about the end of the show. So any need to contact me, questions, you got questions about Southwest Airlines, you're ticked off about Southwest Airlines too, and you want to know what we should do. So, give me a call for that, or hotel site selection, or hotel consulting. Maybe, you have questions about marketing for your hotel, or sales related issues, or how to get more business. Okay, what business would you go after if you had this hotel in this area? If you were a sales manager at this hotel, what business would you go after? I could answer those questions. I can tell you. I can point you in the right direction. But anyway, feel free to once again reach out. My email is russell@russellofhotels.com. You can go to my website, russellofhotels.com. My email is there all over the place. And my phone number is there as well. So if you have questions, you want to call me, feel free to do that as well. I take calls all the time. So that's what it's all about. And if you like, just like I showcased the Marriott Marquis NYC, that's New York. And this is the one on Broadway, okay? So I don't know if there's another Marriott Marquis in New York. Probably is, probably 10 other ones. But this is the one on Broadway. This is like right around the corner from Times Square, right in the middle of everything. I guess it's called Midtown. So just a great place. I've always wanted to stay here. I remember years ago when I was in school, I would see advertisement or promotional stuff for that particular hotel. And man, it didn't disappoint me. It did not disappoint me. I want to say it's 1,900 rooms, over 150,000 square feet of meeting space, something like that. But it's a huge property. I had a room overlooking the Hudson River. Oh my God. Views, spectacular views. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, shout out to the Marriott Marquis for giving me the upgrade too, because that's the upgrade. Looking over the river, that's an upgrade, right? So thank you so much. Appreciate that. So anyway, once again, shout out to North Star Meetings. Thank you for doing a great job, and all the attendees that attended as well, people that I met, maybe even people I didn't meet. I mean, it was a great show. It was my first SMU conference, and I definitely, if able, I definitely would love to go back. In fact, it's going to be at the same hotel next year. I want to say, what month is this? I guess March of 26. it's going to be at the Marriott Marquis again. So I look forward to being back there again, if possible, right? God willing, and the creek don't rise. Okay, so woo, that was a good one. So anyway, that is it. Thank you guys so much for joining this daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. Once again, I do the daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Normally I have a topic, right? Like today's topic was a good one. So make sure if you get just listening to it now, go back, rewind it, and listen to it again. And remember to check out yesterday's daily check-in, the one I had with Tiffany English. We talked in detail about the conference, SMU conference in New York. And yeah, it was pretty good. So I'm not going to tell you what we talked about. Just go and listen to it. If you have questions about anything or just want to make comments there. I'll check them out. So anyway, that is it. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. And as always, peace.